Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nnaemeka Obiaraeri. I'm here in your space to talk about our planned massive agro wealth creation and development in the Southeast. I mentioned to us that we are irreversibly committed to helping to fulfill through whole private sector interventions the great visions of our forefathers, our heroes in the past, men like Dr. Michael Okpara, men like Desamambakwe, men like Azikiwe. Their dream and their vision of growing, massive agro wealth in the southeast of Nigeria, in the old eastern Nigeria to be precise. I don't need to bore us with history. Michael Okpara remains an enigma. 7 years of growing the biggest economy in the whole of the Commonwealth. The biggest growth rates in the whole of the Commonwealth, 9% per annum. I mentioned to us that, our plan in the next 5 years is to build a massive agro wealth in the Southeast that will be able to, on an annual basis, will be able to generate nothing less than $5 billion worth of agro wealth across the agro value chain, both from dairy, from animal husbandry, from fishery, from crop production, cash crop, and food crop production. Now, we mentioned the fact that we are going to be doing 1 hectare of greenhouse in each of the 1,246 electoral wards in the Southeast. In fact, our plan is to do 18,190 greenhouses. Farming. Of course, we are going to do open farming with irrigation and mulching. But why we prefer greenhouse for now under first environment is because for now, the governors of the Southeast of Nigeria, the governors in Nigeria have not yet mustered the strong political will to get their assemblies to pass the anti-open grazing law and then enforce it vehemently, enforce it irreversibly in such a way that you will not see any one single goat or cow or sheep walking on the road, walking or grazing without being ranched, like it is done everywhere in the whole world. In America, they have over 60,000 acres of, in some states. In fact, there was one particular, I think it's California, I can't remember, that has tens of thousands of acres of vegetable farms, bell pepper to be precise, that is in the open field. They just use drip irrigation and mulching. Of course, America has private right protection, private property. You can't allow, nobody will be allowed to use his cow to go into any farmer's land in California or Texas or Florida to go and they graze on their land. If you do it, you go to jail. But here in Nigeria, we live in a lawless country where bandits with disguise as herdsmen enter people's land, murder them, take over their land. Now, our shameless media men will call it herders farmers clash, as if the farmers left their farm to go and begin to pursue herders. Anyway, let me not digress. Our plan is to do massive 18,090 greenhouses that will produce the bell pepper, the habanero, tomatoes, onions, carrots, and some other legumes and vegetables. Our plan is to develop over the next 1 to 2 years, build up, a massive hub that can produce about 267,000 tons of this product. Somebody asked me, where is the market? The market is so huge. It will interest you to know that Nigeria in last year imported over $10 million worth of bell pepper. We're importing bell pepper from South Africa. South Africa last year exported over 4.6 million tons of bell pepper. Mexico did, Brazil did over $400 million worth of bell pepper export. In fact, the biggest bell pepper producers in the world is China. China does about 17.6 million tons. They control 46% of the global market. For those of you who do not know, the global market size, the global production, annual global bell pepper production in the whole world is 36 million tons, worth over $44 billion. A ton is going for today in market, as I think after Friday, a ton was going for about $8,240. So that is what we want to do, and that's why we want to encourage everybody. You are in the Southeast, you are from the Southeast. If you have any space in your house, 15 by 8 meters, 10 by 10 meters, 50 feet by 100 feet, dedicate it. You don't waste those space. We'll come help you set up a massive greenhouse and off take it. You know, like I've always said, our greatest exports in Nigeria is our human capital, our diasporas. Most people are not aware, despite the fact that America produce over 1 million tons of bell pepper annually. Yet America imports over $2 billion worth of bell pepper annually. Canada imports over $387 million tons, what American US dollar worth of bell pepper annually. You know, I was sharing with one of my very good brother, my very trusted brother who is North America. You know, one of the best global food chain developer and marketer in the whole world. He has worked in some of the best global brands, from P&G to Gino Food. So you understand everything about value chain development, about global market penetration and marketing and all those stuff. So he's building up a very huge franchise there. So that everything we produce there, we will export to Canada, we'll export to America, we'll export to Europe, we'll export to Spain. For those of you who do not know, a kg of the bell pepper sells for about 2 to 2.5 euros in Spain, in Netherlands, in Germany. I think Germany does about $600 million import of bell pepper. So we are creating a mega hub in the Southeast. For those of you who think we are kidding, we are not kidding. We are in for business. For now, if you have any fenced environment, provide it. We will help you, work with you, develop the greenhouse. Whatever you produce, we promise you we'll offtake it. We'll give you offtake guarantee, backed with bank guarantee. Of course, we will insure your farm, your greenhouse. You know, I'll teach you, guide you with, you know, working with our vast team of professionals, agronomists, and all those stuff on how to do the best agro practice, on how to do the best value chain development in that area. It promises to be massive wealth creation. A greenhouse will be very cost effective in developing the greenhouse, and you'll be creating jobs, because in a cluster of 10 greenhouses you will be creating about 4 jobs. One person, an agronomist that will run the 5 greenhouses, then you have 2 or 3 other labor hands that will help us to make sure that everything is fully automated, is fully agro technology at play. Of course, over time, you know, when the governors of our Southeast states have mustered the courage and have developed the balls to ban and enforce open grazing, then we can do open land vegetable farming. You know, the same irrigation, drip irrigation, the same mulching. Because if you make attempt of investing your money in an open ground, the herdsmen will convert your farm, your vegetable farm, into, you know, a foliage for their cows, and there is nobody to protect you. The governors are there. I don't know what to say. I'm tired of complaining, but we need to beg them. If you want to help your people, we are not asking them to bring FAC. Please keep your FAC, keep your jack, chop your IGR. We are not interested. But give us the basic security and protection of lives and properties to enable us unleash the latent potential of our people. There's nobody or no Nigerian that has his limbs, the legs, his sights, and the thinking faculty intact that cannot creatively generate at least 300,000 naira income every month. And that is the truth. But we need to build up the ecosystem. We need to put up the infrastructure. We need to put up the security and physical framework to support Nigerians to create wealth. Knowledge is power. My people perish for lack of knowledge, and that is the truth. Many people are not aware that we are talking about a $44 billion global market annual production, and the markets are there. You know, those in Spain, if you're a Nigerian in Spain, you have the opportunity of going to scout for market there. Our job is to produce, process, pack them in crates, export. You know, I've said it here. If our governors are thinking, Nigerians in diaspora, they will set up what we call, you know, how will I put it? Structured commercial attaches. You mustn't be like the former federal government did. The Nigerians in diaspora are well organized. We have town union members. They know themselves. Set them up. Most of these things that are competitively produced, we will create a market. It's market to market. And of course, you will help to have a handshake from Nigeria to diaspora that will enable us to grow massive wealth into this. Nigeria can actually produce and export nothing less than $100 billion worth of agro products. If Kenya can be doing $3.5 billion worth of vegetables, flowers, and legumes. Nigeria can do ×3 that. And the southeast of Nigeria is our first point of call, and we must do it, and we will do it, and we shall do it. We will build a $5 billion wealth from agric alone. It can go to $10 billion, but we need to start small, using the greenhouse, using the Cavendish banana within clusters that can easily be protected. When the governors decide to do the right thing, like buying open grazing and enforcing it, not buying and paying lip service, empowering the communities to enforce it, just like we used to have when Alibo was Alibo, when we had no criminality, no robe, no nothing Alibo. If we can go back, the white man came to the southeast, they couldn't see any prison, they couldn't see any criminals. But today we have all manner of bandits, political bandits, field bandits, who are only after what they can put into their pocket, or what they can see, what they can loot, wealth without enterprise. But we are telling them, give us security and let us build massive wealth in our labor with enterprise in such a way that Michael Okpara, they will be in heaven where they are today, and they will be rejoicing that we have at least built upon that vision that they created, that they nursed and they envisioned 60 years ago. God bless you. Keep hoping. Let's keep working together. Thank you.